So you lead him back to the room with Jack Vane, drop the pallet on him, and then you're going to, then something's going to happen. Did you get him?
No.
Darn it.
I missed. Wait, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh no! He's stealthing to kill us!
Where is he?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Shoot! Oh, you jerk! No, get under there! No!
Jeez.
Get under my pallet! My pallet of justice! Boom! Damn it!
Missed him again.
Did I do it too? No! No! Come on!
Isn't he
Where
going
are
to
you
come back
coming?
around?
Why
No!
did you know? No! You are so uncooperative! You are a piece of garbage wrapped in ink flesh.
Come on!
You turd bucket, you.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game.
Hey guys, and welcome to GTLive.
It's GTLive, everybody.
You can tell that Jason's running the TriCaster today because Jason is a bit slower at transitioning into us talking on the couch.
He does this really accentuated slow fade. It's
he
kind
also
of a,
crops us like with half our head being sliced off the screen.
It's kind of a sensual moment.
Hey guys, and
transitioning.
welcome to GT Live. That's right,
We're
this is
here.
perfectly framed today. There's a Bendy and the Ink Machine game theory that's coming up by the end of this week, and everyone has been, since the release of Bendy Chapter 4, a lot of people have been like, oh my gosh, go back to the previous chapters to look at the various details or things that have been changed, because with this newest chapter release, there's been a lot of revisions to the first 3 chapters.
So we're taking a tour through Bendy and the Ink Machine from start to finish to try and capture the little Easter eggs along the way. That doesn't mean we're going to play everything like as a completionist run or that it's going to be exhaustive. The little eyelash. Nope, it's just a piece of fuzz. I'll wish on it anyway.
So this is all relatively the same. It's funny, in my research for this, though, for the Bendy theory, every time a new chapter gets released, this punctuation here, it seems like a lifetime since we worked on cartoons together. 30 years really slips away, doesn't it? Apparently every other chapter is either a question mark or a period.
Huh. That's really
Isn't that weird? It has switched, I think, like 2 or 3 times at this point.
I was kind of wondering about that.
Right. So this was one of the other big changes that I knew about going into today's stream.
Yeah.
And that I talk about briefly in the theory. But, so this ink output schedule wasn't a thing in previous
Ooh, that's interesting.
iterations. Which is very interesting, because it's like, it's very prominently done. Like,
that's so
right
weird.
at the end of this hallway.
Yeah.
And it's also interesting because you can see kind of like the week's progress and how on Saturday something happens that causes the ink machine to like go out of control, right? From 7 gallons to 103 gallons to 423.
Right.
It's also really interesting too because you might not know this, and I talk about this in the new episode, but basically Mecha Boris at the end of chapter 4, if you dig into the game files, he has the name Tom, which is in reference, presumably, to Thomas Connor, who is one of the characters that you hear the audio logs for, but who previously only had one audio log.
Huh, that's weird.
In chapter 3, right? Which is like, oh, that's kind of a minor character, like why all of a sudden is he important to the story?
Yeah.
But if you look, again, going back to these remasters, now suddenly Thomas Connor, or TC, is being seeded earlier in the game narrative.
Huh. So now
that
he's
way,
like a through-line character.
right, because
That's so interesting.
because up until the release of Chapter 4, the only main characters that we had left were Wally Franks, Joey Drew, and Henry, our character in the game, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so...
I mean, other than the...
I mean, like Alice.
I was going to say other than the actual characters, right?
So this is the new Ink Machine room. Which is
Wow.
so... Right? Which
This
is so
is
much...
so different.
Right? It's completely different.
Wow, and you got this like dramatic musical underlay now and
Isn't it
everything.
insane?
What?
It's awesome, actually. Like,
This is just like a dinky little thing.
right? It was like a dinky little polygonal... It even has fire that shoots out the bottom.
No way.
So locate the power station. I'm trying to see if there's anything else around here that's worth noting.
This is nuts.
Isn't it such a huge reworking, though? It's
Just so you
completely
know,
different.
Jason also provided us very handily with some notes on what's different to make sure we don't miss any of the new stuff also.
I've wasted so much time in this chair.
Like
this is another one where you can see, yeah.
Right,
you
this
can
is
see
another
some of the
new
artwork.
thing.
Yep.
Well, so before this was here, and I think this was updated in like chapter 3's updates. But now all of a sudden you see like an earlier version of Bendy, which is interesting. Like he doesn't have his like signature teeth, and you have this like no.
Right? What is that?
Right, which makes it seem like Bendy at one point was a rejected character.
Yeah.
Like, hey, so Henry is saying, this is my desk, right? This was my desk, and I'm saying no. So it either means that it was rejected by like Joey Drew, like
Right.
the character, like Henry's design of Bendy was rejected, or alternatively, it says Henry as potentially like lead animator rejected Bendy.
Looks
Right,
like they knocked
exactly.
out a wall or two after I left. Guess it took a few people to replace me.
Hashtag humble brag, Henry.
Right.
Worst, let's just say worst toilet ever.
Right?
By the way, like, hey person with the desk over here.
I know.
Don't look
Bummer.
behind you. Probably could use some new doors.
Right?
Also, it's worth noting, I just noticed this, which is cool, that when you look away, his position changes sometimes. Like he
Wait,
was.
it does?
Yeah, I went through all of them.
Yeah,
I
he was
think.
originally.
Oh,
Boy
what?
Bendy.
Oh, I was looking at the chat. What was I thinking?
Oh, I guess that's is that his last pose?
Oh,
There it is.
what?
See?
That's crazy.
See
Oh,
if we can make that
man. Oh, it went by in the chat, but someone said, "Who is that supermodel next to Matthew?" It's Pikachu. His name is Pikachu. He does not have an Instagram, but he is still very, very famous. He's he's pretty iconic.
Pikachu
I know.
should become an Instagram model.
Oh
I
my
feel
gosh.
Like. I think he would do well with that.
It'd be like, Peepa, give me smolder eye. Peepa, look sensual. Oh,
Oh, Pikachu, calm down.
Peepa, pose in the sunshine. Peepa. Peepa. Yeah. I think he would do really well. I think it'd be great.
I think it's his lost calling, right? When we first saw this, we're like, oh, there's a cartoon character with his chest ripped open. That's cool.
Yeah.
But you'll notice here now, as they've kind of included more detail, like
He's piped in.
he's being piped in via what's presumably like some output from the ink machine. Either that or it's a hydraulic lift of the table itself.
Yeah.
But it does look like it's more of like an ink input.
Right.
That's kind of allowing the ink to like spurt out or fuel him in some way, which again is like a lot more detail is being put into these new remasters. That's really interesting. It's also really interesting how short Henry is relative to the world around him. Like he's much shorter.
Huh. That is interesting.
Right?
He's still higher than the doorknobs, which says he's not a kid. He's still like looking down on the doorknobs.
Right,
But
but
he's
he-
not a big fella.
Yeah,
is he?
I mean, like, look at him relative to the easel, right? Like, or to the kind of art desk. He's still really small.
Huh. That's sort of interesting. He's like a bit of a hobbit.
So this is new. I do know this.
Ooh, okay.
It's which I've seen people online talking about how this is a reference to Steamboat Willie,
It does.
because the early Walt Disney
Seem
animations
like
were
that.
all like his whistle.
Yep.
Oh no!
Oh no!
A bleep is
Jeez.
best. A bleep is best. Oh no!
That song's also from the trailer for Chapter 2.
Is
Is
it?
it? No
Oh,
trailer for
that's
that too? I didn't know
cool.
that.
Fun fact.
Oh,
All
good
right.
Turn on the ink machine. So this kind of confirms what I was talking about before. So the ink is literally spurting out through his chest.
Yeah.
So it does mean that the ink is being actually pumped into his body,
Ugh.
which is
Kind of
weird.
gross.
And again, like, what does that? Why is that suddenly an important detail to fixate on?
Right.
It tells you a little bit about how the ink machine functions, right? Which is something that we haven't spent a whole lot of time on.
Yeah.
One of the details that I noticed in Chapter 4, and I don't actually call out in the theory because there wasn't a really clear way to do it, was the fact that that the ink machine actually, or the projectionist, he wanders around that bottom area that's kind of covered with that ink swamp, and he doesn't attack you until you touch one of the ink hearts.
Huh.
Like there's that crate of ink hearts, and you touch it, and that's what signals him to actually come out and attack you.
Right.
And so it's one of those things that, again, like small details like that, all matter. Uh-oh, the ink machine's all boarded up suddenly for some reason.
Oh,
I wonder
no.
what could happen. Oh no!
Oh, no!
It's
Okay.
the ink monster, Bendy. Maybe I should run.
You better get on it, man.
Maybe I should walk slowly. One other thing I wanted to point out in chapter 1 before we get up to there, you'll notice it's no longer a pentagram.
No, it's not.
It used to, and this is a joke that we made in all of our live streams where we played Bendy fan games.
Oh, yeah.
But even in the game itself, it used to be a pentagram.
Yep.
It used to be a demonic symbol, and now all of a sudden, or like a summoning circle or whatever, and now all of a sudden, that's gone.
Yeah.
Which again, seems like an odd decision to make.
But
Like, why?
it seems like it must be intentional. Now it's a Pac-Man.
It is a Pac-Man. I totally see it.
Whatever.
How is it? Where's a Bendy face? No.
Where?
Where?
is-
What abstract artwork are you looking at?
So that the gap is at the top of the...
No.
What?
That's not a Bendy head. I don't know.
No.
Put on your glasses, old man Jason. That is not a Bendy head.
I'm confused.
That's like a Bendy head if like Pablo Picasso.
Wait, are those
painted
you're
it.
saying those points at the top are his ears?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hello? Excuse me, can you help me? Hello?
But you got him.
Where the hell did he go?
Go, go, go. Follow him toward the wall.
Did you hear him?
No,
He was
dude.
talking. It was coming through my headset.
Oh, did you hear it? What did it say?
So rest your head. In the morning you will wake, or I think the end was dead.
Oh.
Ooh, ooh,
Yeah,
exciting. Okay.
I get. I mean, it kind of resembles Bendy Eye.
I
kind of see it. I mean, I see it. I get what you're
think
going
you're
for.
faking. I think you want to see it. I don't really see it, to be honest.
It's a weird shape, and it's
I'm
again,
not
it's,
sure.
it's a weird detail
right.
again to like change out from what it used to be. I think that's
Right.
to me
That's the
that's
thing.
the
It's
big
like-
point is like why is this suddenly changed out?
Yeah, exactly. The Mythbusters were like cool as cucumbers, though. They were amazing.
Well, you have to be like that's a big part of it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here's the
Okay,
pool room.
here's our pool room. Here's our mini game, so we can play pool.
Is there a reward for that? Oh, I played pool poorly.
Aw,
I-
man, you didn't even hit the white one.
There you go.
Jeez.
I like that there's no stick. It's literally just me like. Oh no!
Oh, man!
I broke it!
Aw, jeez.
Oh,
Come
can I-
on now. Oh, you're
this-
never gonna finish this game
Oh,
now.
it's over now. Oh,
Just try and pocket one of them. You
that's
gotta
just
get one of them in a
embarrassing.
pocket.
That's just embarrassing. Oh, that's just
Do they
embarrassing.
go in the pockets?
I bet they go in the pockets. Wait here. Okay, line up the shot. That was a terrible shot. Oh!
Oh, you're so close. Just tap it in. No, not from that side.
Here. Is that an eyeball?
Ew.
That's totally an eye. That's weird.
That's, oh my gosh, Matthew. It's a straight shot.
Yeah! I got the eyeball. So easy.
Jeez.
What? Y'all laughing at me? I'll have you know, it's a very challenging game of billiards, all right? It's a game of angles.
So apparently, look up at the balcony. Apparently, Sammy is watching you from the balcony after you shut off the flow valve.
Second, I got it.
Yep, I know. Just dispatch with these dudes. You got it.
Excuse me.
Here, have a gander up at the balcony. Apparently.
Lies.
Your left.
Oh, to the left.
Oh, there he is.
Oh,
there
whoa!
he is.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Sammy. Are you impressed with my ability to...
You can use the chair against the wall to get pretty close
Oh,
to him, but you
okay.
will not be able to interact
That's
with
what
him.
you think. Oh, axe to the face, Sammy!
No, that's really axe to the groin, man.
Axe to the groin, say, hey, you know what? Both will be effective.
Ugh.
Let's be honest. Right, this is all
The
new.
religious symbolism in all of these messages is kind of it's different. It doesn't really align with the rest of the story for me. I'm trying to put it together, you know.
And that's hard to come by in these busy times. And yeah, sure, it may stink to high heaven down here, but it's just perfect for an old lyricist like me. Sammy's songs always got some bounce, but if I didn't get away once in a while, they'd never have any words to go with them. So I'll keep my mind to singing and my nose glued.
That's funny.
Nose closed. Yeah, this is a quality place to have as your working environment, right? Okay. That one's down. This one is up, though.
There you go. Give me my gear.
Give me my
valve.
valve, home slice.
No.
Disappeared. right? But again, this is all new stuff. This whole. It's actually ignoring this.
Yeah.
Bye.
Fine.
Oh!
Booyah! All right.
Kind of feel bad for the guy.
I know.
Right? Like that
Well,
kind
he
of
was
sucks.
made of ink. I don't know.
So nice hat.
Right?
Is that so?
Nice
are we
hat,
led?
though.
So
Right,
again,
whose
is
is
that?
that?
Are we led to assume that that's Jack Fane, the lyricist who has his office down here, whose recording we just heard?
It does seem like that,
It seems
but
to be suggesting that, right?
yeah, it seems to be suggesting that. It's not like
It's not obvious.
definitive. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Okay, here we go. He's got his little cap. He's got his little bob light.
Is he gonna attack me?
He's certainly
If he
gonna
gets too close, he'll
creep
come
toward
there.
you eerily.
Because you'll also notice that in chapter 1, Bendy doesn't kill you.
No, it's true.
Like he reaches out to you and jump scares you.
So
what
it
do you-
takes 4 axe hits to kill this guy.
So what do you think about this guy? He's got a
He's-
miner's cap on.
Right, and he's noted as like in the notes that Jason gave me, he's noted as a mini boss.
Oh man!
Right?
Look at this intense mini boss battle.
Intense mini boss.
Right, but he's got a miner's cap on, which I think is an interesting detail, where it's like why?
Right. So you lead him back to the room with Jack Fane, drop the pallet on him, and then then something's gonna happen. The other option is you can actually lead him to where you got knocked out by Sammy.
Oh, later.
Yes. Come on, buddy.
Let's drop it on him.
Yep. And drop it.
Nope.
Nope, just
Okay.
kidding.
No, come back. Come back, buddy. No. See, this is why he's a mini boss.
It's so difficult to
So
get him
challenging.
to get him to just crawl to the right spot. Did you get him?
No.
Darn it.
I'm the Wait, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh no! He's stealthing to kill us!
Where is he?
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Shoot! Shoot!
Ah,
Oh,
come
you
on.
jerk! No, get under there! No!
Jeez.
Get under my pallet! My pallet of justice! Boom! Damn it!
Missed him again.
Did I do it too? No! No! Come on! Get no! Go!
Now get it.
Go!
Go,
Go!
go,
Go!
go,
Go!
go,
Go!
go, no, no,
Fire it
no,
up!
no,
Fire it up! Go! 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 Drop it!
No, he's done.
Oh, you fool!
It's too
You
late.
fool! it's so
Rhyming.
complicated for no reward whatsoever. Come on,
Ah.
come on.
So he should be move over to your left. So he's gonna.
OMJ.
You've got to get him to turn around.
Turn around mine eyes.
Now go.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, here it comes. Okay, go.
Yeah, there you
here we
go.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Watch for him.
There it is. Drop it.
Yes!
Oh, finally. That took so much effort. That's so funny. Okay.
What
okay.
was
What
that?
was that? What happened? Yeah. What was the flashbang there thing?
I mean, it looked like you were flashing back in time, right?
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorites. The blueprints to the actual ink machine.
Oh, that's
Where
cool.
you can look, and I've done a lot of like photo analysis.
Oh,
of this,
yeah,
but
I'm
like
sure.
it's to Joey Drew, attention Wally Franks. You have the cog wheel, and again, if you look at Bendy, chapter 1, the ritual where everyone is represented by a different item. You have the wrench that represents Thomas Connor now. You have the book that represents Joey Drew.
Right.
Again, Wally Franks. The only thing you have the ink that represents us, Henry. You have the stuffed animal that represents Alice Angel. You're only missing one thing, and that's the cogwheel, which presumably has to represent Wally.
Right.
So how does Wally tie into the ink machine?
Huh.
Again, the mystery of Wally Franks, I think, is one of the big things to answer at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Right.
he's kind of still the lingering thread to this story, and there's a lot of pieces that still kind of point to him.
Yep.
And I've been knocked unconscious.
And there we go.
Wait, but before, I like that he knocks you out with a dustpan.
Right.
By the way, that was delightful.
Now, nice and tight.
So here we go.
We wouldn't want our sheep roaming away now, would we? Wait, you look familiar
See,
to me.
before he didn't bend over,
That face. Not now.
now he gets
For our
right
Lord
up
is
in your
calling
face.
Yeah,
to
he's
us.
really
Which
close.
again is a weird
The time of
decision. His
sacrifice
words
is
are
again.
all exactly the same, but his
And
he's
then
leaning
I
up
will finally
to
be
us,
free
again, which
from
is
this
emphasizing
prison,
that we're short.
this inky, dark
Or that
abyss
Gamili is trying to tell us to focus on his mask in some way.
Yeah.
And you'll notice, I've done a comparison and contrast of his mask versus the mask before. For some reason, he has those two like little slits at the top of his mouth.
Huh.
Those kind of like little arches right there.
Yeah.
The ritual must be complete.
Which I don't know what exactly that means. If it's
I mean, it
just
could
a
have
small
just
detail.
been, yeah, it could have just.
It could be.
Some of these are just going to be aesthetic changes.
Oh, absolutely. Some of them are aesthetic changes. But it is weird that, you know, he got up in our faces and that in a scene that was pretty well taken care of, they
Right?
thought it was important for you to, like, get up close and personal with him. So here, we'll finish up chapter 2,
Yeah.
and I think that's
probably
chapter
where we're
3
gonna have
hasn't
to
had
cut
a
it.
whole lot of changes.
Yeah.
So
But we've gotten to see a whole bunch of new stuff here in chapters 1 and 2, which has been awesome.
yeah, chapters 1 and 2 experience the most changes. I just wanted to showcase some of that because, first off, it gives you an idea of some of the things that we look for when we're working on theories, right? Some of the details, like asking ourselves, why would a creator make changes like this? What could it imply about the story that's being told? Things like that.
Yep.
And two, you know, we want you guys to kind of contribute and give us your thoughts. We definitely have our thoughts as to what all this means. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of GTLive. If you want to go through and parse every single detail of the first 2 chapters of Bendy, we have more analysis than you can shake a can of bacon soup at.
Or,
That's the box to the left.
Or if you want to see us play the latest chapter of Bendy, chapter 4, that's the box to the right. Check it out. Make sure you are up to date.
And you know that there's more Bendy on the way, so most importantly of all, click that subscribe button.